I talked to.
Oh, you can set the legs higher.
Not down there, no. I talked
That.
to
Can't you?
Yeah, okay.
the city. They, I think,
Okay.
they say the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing it like,
Oh, what's the same?
yeah, but you got another set of legs in here, so you got two sets of legs. But
Really?
that's okay, it's fine.
I think I see it good.
Whatever works for you. Well, let's get started. It's a few minutes after 6:30. Maybe some other folks will wander in. For those of you who don't know me, probably most of you, my name is Dick Haskell. I'm with WGI. We are the consulting engineers for the city for the overall program management citywide of the roadway bond program. And with us tonight, we have Tom Biggs with Mock Bruce. They are the district engineers for District 1. And a little bit, when I get done with my spiel here, Tom's going to take you through where we are with the plans and what's gone into them and what you're going to see out there. We have Giles Rhodes, who's the utility engineer for the city. And we have Commissioner Robinson here. Acknowledge him. Okay, so this is meeting number 2 for this particular project. How many of you were here for meeting number 1? All right. See, that's like, come on, man. Where were you? We had so much fun then. The structure of the, at least for the time being, the structure of the public outreach here in terms of the neighborhood meeting is, we want to have a meeting. We have 2 meetings with the Priest Project. The first meeting, we're about half done with the plans, at which point we have something to show you, and at the same time, we get your feedback as to what kind of priorities and issues and problems that you have in your neighborhood, that relates to the streets, the drainage, perhaps it's traffic calming for speeders or whatever it has to be. And then we take that information and we get with the district engineer, takes that information and they incorporate that into their design as best they can, because we do have budgetary constraints. So the second meeting for the projects, which is what this is tonight, is for us to come back and basically explain to you, the plans are pretty much 100% done. So the purpose of this meeting is to explain to you basically what's going to happen out there, what you're going to see in the way of improvements, and what we've incorporated into the designs and the plans that we hope is going to address some of your concerns that you gave us for the first meeting. So, having said that, I'm going to turn it over to Tom, and he's going to take you through this project.
Thank you. Just quickly, this project is the butterscotch colored segments that you see on this drawing. Project year 1, project 2, which is going to come out, is a separate project, will be over here in this, I'm sorry, yeah, over here, and this part, this has water mains involved in it. Your project does not have water mains involved in it. So the project, I've got construction drawings that are up here that I'd be happy to, it'd be best just if you want to look at them, we can find your house, find your block, whatever, and go through them. But it's this section of Cochran Drive, two different segments of 12th Avenue South, and a block of South G Street. We've addressed you'll see on these drawings, the limits of pavement that are being restored, the sections of the sidewalk that are being replaced, the segments of in curb that's being replaced, the crosswalks. There's some traffic calming humps that are being restored on Cochran. There's some crosswalks with stamped asphalt in 12th Avenue South that are being implemented as traffic calming related improvements. And there's, basically all the sidewalk is being, all the missing links and the broken pieces are all being replaced. So in essence, that's what's happening. The project's going to go under construction probably in August.
Yes, this is one of the projects that we're looking to award July 18th meeting.
So the commission's poised to award this, and And I guess I'd welcome you to come up. I've got the drawings separated into two piles, if you will. I left them unbound just so we could easily go through them if anybody wants to look through them. But on the left side here's the Cochran Drive, and then over here is the 12th Avenue South and G Street portions. These are just some of the plans, the construction drawings, the whole set. I brought in a half size that we can talk about.
So we don't have any little dots for you to come up and put on boards tonight.
But we tried to address all the things that were of interest or of concern to you.
But as Tom said, we have construction plans here that are essentially 100% complete. We have a contractor, and we'll be coming forward to commission on the July 18th meeting to award this contract. And construction will probably start somewhere mid to late August, I would think. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
So, do you have any results from the dots that we placed up there last time? Like what, any decisions on those?
We incorporated the traffic calming. We met with the city staff and we came up with some concepts for traffic calming on 12th Avenue South and on Cochran. And the other issue that the biggest issue was sidewalk connectivity, and we addressed that. Those were the two primary issues that we came away from the first meeting and we addressed. We tried to address those with the limits of the budget on these drawings.
You mentioned earlier, sir, about underground piping. I don't know which road you were talking about. I just came.
There's nothing on this project. That's what separated this project from this project. This project has water distribution improvements in it. These streets that we're here talking about tonight have no water distribution improvements in it.
I see. Does that indicate that the piping is newer as opposed to that which was completed?
This area has all 2-inch water, is served by all small diameter 2-inch water mains. This area is not. You have larger water mains on your projects. You have much better level of service than these people over here.
The reason we segregated the projects like that was specifically because we could get projects that did not require any underground utility work complete and ready to go to construction faster. Because there's more design process involved in water mains and drainage and things like that. And when you water mains, there's a permitting process that has to happen outside the city. So it takes a little bit longer to get those done. But we've got this on one other project again that we're going to be starting here shortly. Yes, sir.
Okay. As far as basically last time that we were here, the main concern was about speed bump, and that was one of the main concerns, and we was basically trying to refer to as much of a budget that we had for improvement. And afterward, a lot of us went outside and spoke about it, and they realized that the speed bump wasn't the issue. It was basically how much money that we would have to actually do more improvement than putting speed bump. Because when I was explaining to them, speed bump only become a problem later on, because if you decide to sell your property or decide to move, then whoever's coming in, then to them, they basically would advise us like, hey, if there's so many speed bumps, then they probably a speeding issue. It wouldn't be a good place to raise a family. So I don't know how much advice y'all actually took in putting so much speed bump as far as traffic light or street light or sidewalk.
Sure. I think there's 2 speed humps on the entire project. Right?
Cochran,
And
correct.
they're both on Cochran. There was one existing there, and then we added another one a little bit, somewhat to the halfway between there and the street. On 12th Avenue South, traffic coming becomes more problematic because that really functions as what we call a collector. So you have to, it's difficult to put physical, like speed humps or things like that, physical vertical impediments, if you will, in the roadway, because you don't want to have those where you're going to have, for example, fire rescue or police activity or a lot of bus traffic, things like that happen on a regular basis, which is the way that 12th Avenue South functions. What we've tried to do and you can come up here and look when we get done here, what we tried to do is make some visual improvements out there with crosswalks that are going to stand out visually with a colored patterned the surface to them, and some intersection improvements that are the same way, that will have a colored, like a herringbone stamped pattern in them. So it's kind of a visual effect in terms of getting the traffic perhaps slowed down a little bit, especially at the crosswalks.
Do I have anything to do with the street lighting for dark areas in the streets? Our street is
The street lighting really isn't a part of this program. However, it certainly can be addressed if you have issues. I know the neighborhood over here, which is the second project in the district this year, when we had the first meeting with those folks, their major issue was lighting. And so we went to the city's electric utility folks, and they jumped right on it. In fact, I think they may be out there, they're at least planning, if they're not out there already, starting to install some additional streetlights. So while it's not involved in this program, because this program focuses on road repair, if that's an issue, and it comes up in these meetings, we certainly bring it up to the electric utility here in Lake Woods, and they're pretty responsive to it.
So you're gonna make sure that comes out with the lighting on Cochrane? Who do we?
I don't recall that being a major issue, but we can have the electric utility take a look at it.
Okay, another question. What kind of action would you take if a car sitting on the side of the street and you're ready to proceed with the project and you can't get in touch with anyone or to move it? I'm sure you're going to want that area clean.
Well, I mean, if it's a resident, I would hope that we could, that we'd be able to contact them, or that they would realize that the construction is ongoing or fixing to start. That's going to be more problematic, I think, in the older portions of town here, where we have grid patterns of streets with curbs, gutters, and pavement, sidewalk occupying the entire right-of-way. In this area out here, it's more of a suburbanized roadway section where you have swale sections. You have the roadway, the swale section, and the sidewalk. But the contractor's going to be working with the homeowners as well as the city in terms of letting everyone know what kind of construction is going to occur, where it's going to occur, and when parking, in the street is going to be an impediment for them. Now, they're going to have requirements in their contract to make sure that there's access to your homes and your driveways every night. So you're not going to have to park down the street somewhere overnight. But there may be some alternative parking up and down the street during the day, depending on what type of construction is going on, or if they have flagmen as they go down the street with some of the road work. This actually is a million overlay project.
Correct.
So it should go pretty quickly.
But the city do have method, if you have a vehicle left on the side of the road for extended period of time, they do go to a process of getting it removed.
Oh, yes. They actually, I understand now, have an aggressive program. Their code enforcement program has become very aggressive about abandoned vehicles and about working with PDSO and tagging them and towing them. So yeah, I understand that they're very aggressively doing that. The last thing we want to do, though, for the construction project is tow some resident's car because it's in the way. So we're going to work very closely with the residents on that to make sure that doesn't happen. Oh, come on, everybody's asked a question.
Well, I'm actually off of 12th Avenue South, and Wingfield is actually my location there. So, and there, we have a speed bump there. The only concern that I have from time to time is that speed bump, it's not too much of a deterrence because the cars still race down there. And we have a lot of students that and also, and this is probably more of a safety issue than anything else. When the bus picks the kids up during school time, they're hanging off on both sides of the street. Some of them are sitting right on the sidewalk with their legs in the road. Yeah. No, it's not. I mean, it's a sight when you drive by there in the morning just before the bus pick you up and how the kids are hanging off.
Where is that now?
It's off of Wingfield and 12th Avenue South.
right on the corner before you get the track.
Yeah, just before the gym, yeah.
It's over there, right on East Ed, shows District 1.
Yeah, that doesn't appear to be, well, it's not within this project, it doesn't appear to be within the program, but you might want to give Public Services Department a call and just relate to them what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, because there's nobody there to watch or oversee the kids, so they just, and you know, as a kid, playing with cars, it's just like, I'm gonna make the car stop, or, you know what I mean, that type of
It
stuff.
seems like the car always wins.
Yeah, but they don't know that as kids.
Yeah, I understand. I would encourage you, though, to give the city's Public Services Department a call.
Okay.
And they're a very responsive staff over there, and they'll go out and take a look at it and see if there's anything that can be done.
Okay.
I can follow up with that too.
Oh,
Okay.
do you have a card? Yeah, I
If
did.
there are no
sign it.
other questions?
Oh, I'm just gonna look at it.
Oh, sure. Why don't you guys come up, if you're interested, and you can browse through the
You have
plans.
to get the
and see where your
specifics, you
property
know
is.
what I mean? I'll call you. But you
Sure.
don't- Yeah, you don't
Thanks.
have to.
Okay.
This starts at the south end, and you go through it page by page, going.
Okay, so we your phone number.
Right here. 512.
Where you are.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. And what street, what intersection?
Winkfield and 12th Avenue
Or
South.
just north of Moore.
More.
900 left and I think you're on 10 on the other side. So where's the railroad?
What is more?
Do you think they're elementary or
What's that
middle?
curve in
They were
front of
older?
They look like some elementary and middle. It might be a combo because I believe two buses stop by to pick them up.
Okay.
Like
Not
that.
100%.
Okay.
I think on the safe side, I would say middle.
Now, are they doing it even during the summer school?
No,
They're happening
you don't
now?
see,
So it's not happening now, it's just in the fall?
It's just in the fall when they're
Okay.
there and hanging out. You know, I don't know if it's to reroute the bus pickup or have them pick up, deeper in the block or
Here's
something,
something.
rather than
Okay, so
right
this
out
is
there at the
so in
corner.
front of your house, you're gonna get a new driveway apron, some new sidewalk, and the street's
All
gonna
right, I'm gonna give them a call tomorrow, okay?
Whole driveway?
be just from this, just the part
It's
that's in
a
the
valid
public,
question.
just the part that's in the public right of way.
But no,
From the
You're
sidewalk.
not trying to-
From the sidewalk.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I'm at 931. Where am I? I should be on the
Nine what?
on the west side. 931.
Okay,
On the west
so, right,
side.
931. So you're gonna have some sidewalk improvement on We, this sidewalk was in good shape.
it's basically either filling in gaps or
Right,
replacing.
and then
Yeah.
your driveway apron's gonna get replaced too.
Alright. Will my coconut trees will exist still when you guys are
We're
done?
not taking any coconut trees down.
Yeah, you got nice coconut. I want some coconut
Start to
trees.
get
I
the
got
fruits of them, but they're
put
still
me some out
there.
there.
Thank you so much, sir, man. There was
I gotta go out there
No,
and
I'm
do
glad
more.
I
That's
did
what I
because
had
that's
to
been
do.
troubling me for
Oh,
years.
I tried.
And I turn around and I
2 years ago,
gotta
but
see
it was
the
the
person
garden,
down
and
there.
those are the
That's
coconut
far
trees.
on.
You're always out there.
Are they painted or
But you know
are
what?
they actually?
This is gonna be milled, this is gonna be repaved, everything that's shaded
I gotta
is
get
repaved.
some,
The dark, this is new sidewalks, new handicap ramp.
Yes, thank you so much.
This is South G Street.
Good meeting
I'll
you.
be out there. Just keep going, so you gotta get that.
How about from actually going east to west on actually left?
This is the end of it right here.
Okay, oh, none of this is.
None of that's in this project.
So it's on the additional project?
It's not in, no, it's not in,
It's not,
It-
because all we have is dirt roads.
right, and that's not in the program.
That's not- so they're gonna just leave it as-
We're gonna leave it as is.
Trees that are in the
We're going to-
right of way.
Because
The
that's-
intersection's gonna get redone
Swale
with a
side.
header curve on each side
Back
and
to
and
the,
the road on each side, on either
The
side. is gonna
traffic
be
calming. This
bumped
one here,
up.
I'm pretty sure there's another one somewhere off down here, a smaller one.
Because
Those
Yeah,
were
there's one.
intersections, those were
This is by the stop sign.
because the biggest concern was actually 11 between
Okay, that's
H,
further down.
between H and G. all the,
So you've got a- you've got a,
actually, all the dirt
speed hump
is
there.
actually going into,
You've got a stop condition here,
into the
so there's a
drainage.
stop sign there.
Okay,
and that was one issue that they said they actually
So
was
it's
going to try to
kind of slows people down.
review to see if they would
And now on
actually.
Ramsey Drive with
Get
this
that
park
done.
up here, are you guys gonna do anything with the signing
wasn't an
or
issue.
something?
It was
As
Not-
I
not in
mentioned
this
the last
project.
time, it's somewhat confusing. One person comes here, the stop sign is here. I'm coming this way, the stop sign is here.
Yes,
And then, you know,
well-
it's sort of confusing as to who proceeds. And then there's this
Okay,
this
so
big
right
triangular
here,
area
yeah, they go
inside
for
Kind
here.
of a
drainage.
crazy intersection.
Yes.
Right.
The way
no,
some of
that's,
these roads can
that's
be.
replacement sidewalk,
First of all,
replacement,
initially, we were going to do
Driveway
this whole
here.
thing,
Driveway.
that's just sidewalk and driveway.
but in going back and
It's being
doing
revisited.
some more research on what was happening out here, Ramsey, the rest of Ramsey is actually a year 3 project, it's a water main plan.
Oh,
And when we looked at that, I realized that the water main actually was gonna be coming down here and going across here, tying in over here by railroad tracks. So we didn't wanna pave this and come back to the water main here. So that's why we pulled the scope back and we're gonna stop this project here. And this will all go in, not next year, the year after.
Yeah,
for the
right.
water main.
yeah, right.
We'll look at the signage here. It's kind of a strange situation. Really, the signage for this approach to the intersection should be back here, as this one is. What the problem you have there is a site distance issue.
Yes.
So
We need to put some-
That's why we have
special meeting on that. That's why, because last time I spoke to
But
them,
I'm sure we'll
they said it was
Yeah,
short.
it's not really good to address that. It sounds good.
Pavement.
Yeah, pay for it, do the project actually for landscaping or sidewalk.
Who'd you talk to?
Sounds good.
And
my favorite mayor.
Okay, Trill, okay.
Excited.
That wasn't, you know, that was not an
Well, hopefully you're gonna be happy
part
we're
of this
done.
project.
Like I say, this is not a full reconstruction, this is mill and overlay. So it's a lot shorter than this one.
Yeah,
Hopefully you won't be.
you should continue to talk to your elected officials and say, if you want to get this part, this street added to the program, there's,
I
you
think we
know,
have
they're looking at ways, or what they want to do with the income, or the sales tax revenues that the city's going to get, so.
well, for the
There's a
whole
potential.
Oh, for everything.
They're not gonna do it,
If
they're gonna do
you
it
can
all.
get the elected officials
They'll
to
come in and they'll probably do cocktails.
to support that street to be part of the, an add-on.
the one that we have, the one we have in that district, we doesn't do much until it's
I'd like to
election
tell you
time.
when people are gonna be there and what they're gonna be doing.
Is this section
That's
of
it.
11th unimproved?
Yeah, it's
So
unimproved,
it's
yeah,
starting
that- it's
date
it's just
for
dirt,
after
yeah.
the date.
Yeah,
Dirt.
it has this,
Yes, you will.
this for improvement,
I
but
would
as far as
encourage you
basically
to
getting this
visit
paved,
the program website.
it's like it's a dirt road.
Jennifer,
Certain
LakeworthRoads.org.com.
Lake Worth Road, I thought he's on the agenda.
Placing buildings in that,
Be.
that right of way. And Public Works has been looking at utilizing.
Yeah.
It's on the bottom.
It makes for a
They make this
stabilized
for-
road.
Okay, I'll write it down.
You don't have
You can always add
weeds,
also
things
from
growing
the
up through
city's
it.
website.
Oh, okay.
It'll
Pretty
say right
much,
on the
it's like
left.
the city, that's one
Okay.
thing, I used to come all the time to the meeting a lot, and the biggest
But
issue
now that
was
we're closing
basically
in on
whenever it
construction
rained,
dates for these
it
projects,
was becoming a
hopefully
problem,
we're
it
gonna
was
start
clogging up the sewerways anyway.
Okay.
So they wanted to pave all of them, but so far they doing actually a good job putting yeah.
I'll give you my card
concrete
too.
sidewalks
Yes,
and
the concrete, the grass, and
So if you
the
can't
trees.
get on,
They've
then
been
just
doing
call
a
me.
pretty good
Yeah.
job, but I think one of the main problem was 11 between H and G. That basically, whenever it rained, all the dirt and everything just washed down the street and also down the drainage also. I thought they was actually going to try to either pave it or, because there's actually apartment on this side, so I thought they would actually pave it instead of putting grass and trees. So, I could find out a little bit more detail what's actually going on.
It's not yet, 11th,
It's on H and G,
It's
on
not
G
bottom.
here.
Correct.
The unimproved streets, the streets that have not been paved,
Noticing that you
Are
get
not being
runoff
invested.
going down
Yes.
easterly from G here.
And also, the whole problem exists between, actually go all the way to D, because they haven't done much. I think they stopped right on D.
Okay.
But from H all the way down to D, I think they actually, they haven't done much to it.
Okay. hopefully this new curbing does something to correct, catch drainage that's can be routed into these boxes as well. Improve. Had to head it
Oh,
off.
the
before it
old
starts
one,
in,
yeah.
before it starts in.
Yeah.
So I'll just, because I'm gonna keep address.
Yeah, it's all
That
proper.
header curve and whatnot, it should start.
I noticed what I saw when they.
One to direct it to the
Channelize it.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing.
So I'll keep up with this one and see once, what they decide to do, if there's gonna be any new improvement.
Yeah, we said, we'll look into it here, and if you want to keep up with it on your side, maybe we would look into an option or something for the time being on the buildings or something to stabilize it. You gotta keep the silts down, dirt, sands from making its way to age.
It's going out real nice.
So far, it's looking good. Good. At least on paper.
Everything looks good on paper.
It's not gonna look good at the beginning at all.
No.
It'll look good at the end.
Omelets don't look too good till they're done either.
There you go. Put it down.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks very much for coming out.
All right.
Have a nice
Take care.
evening.
You do the same, thank you.
So is that it? We're done? Okay.
That's it.
We're done. Enjoy your evening, it's lovely out.